The first significant interactions between the peoples of the Nigerian region and the British were centered on trade. Initially, the British were interested in resources like palm oil, which was crucial for lubricating the machines of their industrial revolution. They established trading posts along the coast, particularly in the Niger Delta, and engaged with local chiefs and merchants. However, this trade was not always peaceful or equal. The British wanted to control the trade routes and maximize their profits, which often led to friction with local leaders who had their own economic interests. The desire for economic dominance slowly began to morph into a desire for political control over the entire region. To secure their economic interests and expand their influence, the British began using treaties. Representatives from British companies, and later the British government, would approach local kings, chiefs, and elders. They presented them with documents, often written in English, which many local rulers could not read. These treaties promised protection or trade benefits, but they often contained clauses that signed away the community's sovereignty and land rights. Many African leaders signed these documents believing they were entering into a partnership or alliance, not realizing they were surrendering their independence to a foreign power. These treaties became the legal justification for Britain's later colonial claims. When trade and treaties were not enough to achieve their goals, the British resorted to military force. They had superior weapons, including the Maxim gun, which gave them a decisive advantage in any conflict. One by one, the powerful indigenous states were defeated and brought under British control. In 1897, a British expeditionary force invaded and burned Benin City, looting thousands of its famous bronze artworks. The mighty Sokoto Caliphate in the north was conquered by 1903. The Aro Confederacy in Igboland, which controlled a major trade network, was destroyed between 1901 and 1902. Through a combination of economic pressure, deceptive diplomacy, and brutal military campaigns, Britain systematically dismantled the existing power structures. By the early 1900s, what was once a land of independent kingdoms had been carved up into separate British-administered territories. The British established the Southern Nigeria Protectorate, the Northern Nigeria Protectorate, and the colony of Lagos. Each was governed separately, with different administrative styles reflecting the societies the British found there. In the north, they used a system of indirect rule, governing through the existing emirs. In the south, the system was more direct and often disruptive to local traditions. The stage was now set for the final act of colonial creation, the merging of these distinct regions into a single colonial entity. The creation of modern Nigeria happened on a specific day for a very practical colonial reason.